will have a question mark on it. Each of the cards labeled 1 to 5 corresponds to a picture of the same number. The card with the question mark can be used to respond to any picture and will receive double the normal score. There is a box in the center of the table. After your turn, you must discard the card corresponding to the number of the picture or the card with the question mark. The next person cannot give an answer until you have placed your card in the box. You will be given 2 minutes to think and discuss. You may trade your cards at any time during these first 2 minutes. Questions will count against your thinking and discussion time. You will then be given 3 minutes to respond. Only the person responding may talk during the response period. Just a minute. You will receive 1 point for common responses, cards 1 through 5. 5 points for creative responses, cards 1 through 5. 2 points for common response, question mark card. And 10 points for creative response, question mark card. This will be a subjective opinion of the judge, and the judge's decision will be final. Your turn will take turns in sequence. You will respond going clockwise, starting with the person sitting to the left of the judge reading the problem. You may not repeat your turn. You may respond to any of your cards that you have not discarded. You do not have to respond in numerical or any other order. The question mark card can be used for a response at any time. You may use your question mark card to skip your turn if you are stuck. However, if you have already discarded your question mark card, you may not skip your turn. If you use the question mark card to skip your turn, you will receive no score. If one member of the team is stuck, the entire team is stuck. Once time begins, it will not be stopped. If a judge asks you to repeat or clarify your answer, it will count against your time. Please speak loudly and clearly. Your time will end when the buzzer stops or all the cards are in the cup. Your problem is, you have been given the task to rename some famous monuments and tell why they should have the new name you've given. For example, card number 1 is the Washington Monument. So you could say, I would rename the Washington Monument DC's lightning rod because it looks like a big lightning rod. Do you all know what those monuments are? No. This is the Lincoln Memorial, President Lincoln. This is the Eiffel Tower in France. This is the Statue of Liberty. This is Mount Rushmore. And that is the Washington Monument. Okay? Do you still have a question? I'm sorry, I have to wait until the time starts. Once time begins, it will not be stopped. If a judge asks you to repeat or clarify your answer, it will count against your time. Please speak loudly and clearly. Your time will end when the buzzer stops or all the cards are in the cup. Your problem is, you have been given the task to rename some famous monuments and tell why they should have the new name you've given. For example, card number 1 is the Washington Monument. So you can say, I would rename the Washington Monument DC's lightning rod because it looks like a big lightning rod. Just a moment. Your time begins, yes.
Can we have a copy of the problem?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Can we talk to each other during the time?
Yes.
Guys, I think that so you said we could trade cards.
You can trade cards during your stuff.
I can't do 5. I don't know enough about
So what?
that.
Do you guys have a question?
That's the one. Can I trade you 5 for 4?
Yeah. What's 4?
I'll give you 5. I will trade you.
What do you want?
I will trade you 1 for 2.
Guys, we have to start thinking of things.
Yeah. So
I have one
for W and
Skip our
Oh, I'll trade my 5. I'll trade my
double.
5 for your 3.
Okay. We'll look what the question mark thing was. Yeah.
Do you guys know what the question mark is for?
I have something
skip
for
your
one.
job.
Okay.
I have
Wait,
one.
we can double our score? That's a
Yeah,
difficult
I
thing.
have one for Cecilia.
Do you want to trade?
Can we double our score?
Do you want to
With
trade
the question mark card, you can.
If we do it really speedy, everyone use the question. Everyone use the question mark card as your last card. Okay.
Okay,
Well,
no,
if we don't
because
get
if
to
we
our
run out, I'm gonna
we're
use that
good.
as my first.
I'm I'm not gonna because it's
'Cause there's, like, no
and we
score.
won't be able to double it.
There's no score
Because it's
by the
zero.
time it
But
gets.
I thought you could use it as your first card.
Yeah, you can, but you won't double your score at all.
It won't.
Why?
Well,
because you don't have any points.
If you're the first person to do it, then if you use your question mark
Yes.
card, it's
Does it only
pointless.
double the score for this one card? Not
Correct.
the whole score.
Correct.
So you can use it at any time?
Correct. Time has begun for giving responses.
They should really call this tower the tall tower with the spiky thing on top. I mean, it's just very clear.
Number 4. The rock of many faces. Number 1. The guy that shows you how not to dress. I mean, it's so old-fashioned.
The lady with the turban.
The guy who sits there and watches you. It's pretty obvious.
We should call this thing the rocket. It looks like a rocket's about to blast off.
We should call number 1 the rocket. I mean, he looks like he's so angry at me. Number 3. I mean, we should call her Miss Green Pokey. I mean, she's green. She's green.
Mount Creepy Face.
Number 1, he sits but he made a stand.
Number 4, the people looking at you. I mean, when they look at you, what are they supposed to say?
Princess of America. The misshapen pyramid. I mean, does it really have to be that tall?
Number 2, Eiffel Tower could be renamed the Sandwich Tower.
Number 4, I'm watching you, stalkers.
Number 3, setting fire. She looks like she's about to set fire to a building.
The Leaning Tower of Structure. It's a play on.
It's a play on another tower.
Number 1. The Watcher of the City. I mean, does he ever blink?
Can this be used for any card?
Yes.
Like I can.
Yes.
Okay. Number 5, the Tower to Heaven.
The blade of the sword.
Number 2, the climbing tower. It looks so tempting.
The Important People. Why would they name it that?
Wait, did you use a question mark? I'm sorry.
Yes.
You
it's
did?
my first card.
Okay. As your first card?
Yeah. Number 5, Flag City. I mean, what's with all the flags, people?
The Green Lady.
Number 5, the tip of the sword.
Number 1, the man who sits. Because he's sitting, and you could probably just go up to him.
President's Rock. I mean, aren't most of them presidents? The airhead presidents. I mean, their heads are just so big.
Girl Justice.
Okay. Your time is up.